Donald. Guy's at it again, and this time he means business.
You're fired.
Trump just smoked the Iowa caucus, like obliterated it. So what does this mean for the 2024 election? Does it have any bearing on it? This is going to be a very, very interesting election year. Let's get into it. Welcome to another Fruitful report where I just talk freestyle about anything economics, politics, business, and this one is a super important one. Now, why this is so important is because this election is really going to affect the entire world. I mean, whatever happens in America basically happens worldwide, and me being in Canada, our economies are very closely tied. So if America does really well, Canada does well. If it doesn't do well, Canada doesn't do well. So whether you're a Canadian viewer or an American viewer, following American politics is very, very important because it affects our business, it affects definitely the economy, which will affect the stock market, investing, crypto, stocks, everything, dude. This is why when people watch me and they're like, you're a real estate guy, why do you care so much about politics and economics? Dude, they're totally tied. It's the same thing. If you know what's going on with politics, you know what's going on with the economy, which means you know what's going on with investing. So first and foremost, what is a caucus election and how does it differ from a primary election, which I'm sure you've probably heard of? Well, a primary election is held by the state and it has your typical ballots. You go in, you vote, they're counted with a machine. It's more like a federal election. A caucus election, on the other hand, is run by the party. So in this case, the Republican Party ran the Iowa caucus. And it's different because on election night, these meetings are held throughout the state in places like churches, cafeterias, schools, libraries, etc. Just your typical places in public. And all your neighbors go, they hear the speaker speak, everybody's shouting and yelling, and then it's time for the election where people just write the name of the candidate they want on a piece of paper, not anything pre-made beforehand, and they put that piece of paper in the box, the votes are counted, there you go. So it's a way more down-to-earth, neighborly experience rather than like a primary, like I said, where you're just standing in line, you're not talking to anybody really, you're going in, you're voting, there's guards at the door, you know what I mean? It's more federal, I guess. The caucus is more down to earth. You find out more about your neighbors. Everybody's shouting and yelling. It's more of a community thing. So now to the results. Man, so Trump got 51% of the vote. Ron DeSantis got 21% in second place, and Nikki Haley got 19%. So Trump got a 30% lead on DeSantis, which is crazy. The last time in Iowa there was a blowout lead like this was in 1988 with Bob Dole when he got 13% lead. So if the records are right, there's never been a grand slam 30% lead in the Iowa caucus. I don't think ever. This means the MAGA wave was fucking insane in Iowa. And don't forget, in Iowa in 2016, when Trump first ran, he got second place with 24% of the vote. Ted Cruz actually won with 27%. So he went from 24% in 2016 to 51%, just totally smoked the state. So why is this happening exactly? So number one, first and foremost, people have seen Trump. In 2016, we didn't know what we got, dude. Even me being a more conservative-leaning person, especially when it comes to economics and politics, even I was unsure of Trump in 2016. I didn't really like him, to be honest. And if I was an American, I don't know if I would even vote for him. I probably wouldn't have voted at all in that election. I don't know. We didn't know what we were going to get with this guy. He was crazy. He was saying crazy shit. He was unproven at that point. We didn't really know. Now people know, and they've had 4 years of Trump. And I think everybody, even liberals, can go, well, that wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. And Trump voters and more conservative were going, well, actually, he did a pretty decent job in those 4 years. And looking back in hindsight, he actually did a very good job. I mean, the economy was smoking hot. Everybody had jobs. It was great. That's not all because of Trump, by the way. We've broken this down in this video before. It's just a pendulum of how the economy goes. We were coming out of a deep, dark recession of 2008. That took a while to get out. By the time Trump came in 2016, it was already on the way out. But he kept it up. He did a lot of great stuff for the country, that's for sure. He slapped tariffs on people. It was an America First mandate, and America was doing really well. GDP growth, job growth was insanely strong. Again, was it all because of Trump's policies? No. If you dig in the data and you understand economics, it wasn't all him. But he kept it up real good. Now, the biggest thing, first and foremost, right now, which is, I think, really helping Trump smoke these elections, and it's just a precursor of what's to come, we're going to get into that, is that he started no new wars in his 4 years. Love Trump, hate Trump, you're an ultra liberal, you absolutely hate Trump. You can't deny that when he was in, he started no new wars. In fact, he was ending wars and trying to make peace with North Korea and Russia. Say what you will about how he went about doing that, whatever. There was no new wars. Literally, like the second Joe Biden got in, just months after he got in, he started a war with Syria, started bombing Syria out of fucking nowhere. Everybody was like, what are you doing? And now look what we have. We have the Russia-Ukraine conflict. We have the Israel-Palestine conflict. We have other conflicts starting in the Middle East. We got pirates in the Red Seas. The Houthis are taking over boats in the Red Sea, affecting trade, which will affect inflation. Okay, here's the truth, and you know this. If Trump was currently the president, do you think those things would be happening? Do you not find it a coincidence that like the second Trump leaves, Putin starts fucking around with Ukraine, bombing Ukraine? We got the Israel-Palestine crap going on. It's pretty obvious if you have a brain that if Trump was in, saying the crazy shit he did say, if you ever bomb America, if you ever mess with American allies, we're going to obliterate you. Like, he said crazy shit. I believe there's no way that if Trump was the president right now, Putin would have did what he did with Ukraine. Certainly not the Palestine shit. None of that would be going on because Trump has an iron fist. He will fuck you up if you fuck around and you fuck with America. And what's going on right now with the Red Sea and the trade, that's technically fucking with America. And Trump wouldn't have any second of that. Now, again, I'm not saying like that's great. I'm not like praising more war. We don't want more war. But his messaging, like nobody fucked around in those 4 years. Why is it all happening now? It's not a coincidence, I don't think. You also have the wokeism, which, you know, it's been going on for a while. You know, the woke stuff, that's been happening for decades in the making. But like now it's at an ultra high level. And middle America, obviously Republicans, aren't liking it. All the shit that's going on Disney, all the stuff you're seeing on Netflix, all the stuff you're seeing in your kids' school, middle America is getting more and more agitated and more pissed. And what I really think of what comes down to this is what you're seeing in Iowa, or what you saw in Iowa, is literally just a precursor of what you're going to see throughout the rest of these primaries and caucuses before we head up to the federal election, which I have to make a grand prediction. It's pretty obvious. I think Trump's going to smoke it. And let me just be clear. I am not like a MAGA Trump fan. I'm not like a huge fan of his. I'm more of a fan of him after what I saw for the past 4 years, which the world didn't incinerate and obliterate. I think we all thought that was going to happen. North Korea was going to obliterate us. That didn't happen. So I'm more comfortable with Trump. But like if I had a better choice, a more stable Republican, kind of old school economic guy is who I'd rather see in there, but we don't really have one of those. Actually, we kind of do, and I'll talk about it in a second. But all in all, I think Trump's going to do a great job when he gets in, and I think this is just a precursor of what's to come. The red wave is smoking. What happened in Iowa was record-setting, and I think it's just going to set the tone for what's to come. Middle America is pissed off, and don't get it wrong. When Trump won the last election, that was middle America. That was the average Joe who put that guy in. Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was going to win. It was a slam dunk. All the polls were like 80% Clinton, 20% Trump. And what happened on election night? Middle America came through. The people that weren't polled, the middle of the country, came in droves and voted for Trump. I think that's going to happen again. You're already seeing it. Now, next up, we got to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy. This dude is an up-and-coming savage, kind of came out of nowhere. Everybody thought, you know, whatever, just another Republican candidate. He's grown in popularity massively because of all the podcasts he's been doing, the straight talking, the freestyle he's been doing on rallies, just engaging with people. It's really starting to catch on. But unfortunately, he dropped out of the race in Iowa. I think he got 7 or 9% of the vote there. So under the 15% cutoff. Obviously, hours after that election, he dropped out and is now endorsing Trump and what seems to be like following Trump on the campaign trail until November. Now, someone like Vivek is probably someone more my style. I'd like to see someone like that as president. That I think he would ever win? No, but like that's the mentality that I think America really needs, is someone who's incredibly smart. I mean, this dude's resume is like fucking insane. Dude went to Harvard, got a bachelor's in biology, went to Yale after that and got a law degree, built his business in the sciences, and now runs an investment firm and is now running for president, but dropped out. So this guy's like your typical genius Republican. Very economically sound, fiscal responsibility, monetary policy responsibility, foreign policy responsibility, America first. As he always says on the campaign trail now, there is only 2 America first candidates, him and Donald Trump, now only Donald Trump, but he's now putting all of his effort into helping the other America first president. That's kind of their taglines, what it seems to be. 2 guys that absolutely love America and want America to prosper first, then start helping the world. Fuck Ukraine, America first, I'll help you guys out later. Fuck Israel, Palestine, America first, I'll help you guys out later. That's the messaging that, you know, they've both been kind of saying. And that's what I think middle America is really wanting. Stop with these other fucking assholes. Fuck them. They want to do their own wars? Whatever. We'll worry about them if and when it needs our attention. But right now, I ain't sending you money. We got our own problems here. We're in a recession. Recession is looming. We got to take care of our people first. Do your own thing. The second it starts really fucking with us, and if you do, I'm going to fucking obliterate you. That's the talk, what we need. We need a tough president. It's no surprise that we have a weak president right now running the free world, and the globe is in disarray right now. Everybody's fucking around right now, and middle America is done with it. So I want to know your thoughts about all this. What do you think about what happened in Iowa? What are your predictions for the 2024 election? Is it going to be another Trump year? Again, if you are an investor, and this channel is all about investing in real estate, this is the stuff you need to pay attention to. You're not just looking at the comps of the real estate sales in your neighborhood, what's going on in my little hometown. That's important, obviously, but you need to be aware of what's happening worldwide because it will affect the economy, which will affect your investments. If you're investing in stocks and crypto especially, you really got to pay attention to this kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Another fruitful report. If you liked it, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. I will see you in the next video.